Brother Small, Professor James, who was so glad to hear. Last thing I did was to call him and say, we're on our way. Reggie's got the buses off. He's even picked up our goddaughter. We have a goddaughter that came in from Trinidad, Tobago. On a trombone. Put your hands in the air. But just as Brother Ralph is one of our community sons, and Mother Keffa is our community mother, and we've got a lot of community sisters here, we got some big brothers that I'm glad to adopt as our community sons. So before I say the closing words, I'd like to have Big Mike, Michael Gray, come and represent the correct black police officer. Big Mike. Big Mike.
Say steadfast.
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 We have to be steadfast today. There are a lot of organizations out here, and we have to develop some organizational unity. God gave us Malcolm. God gave us Garvey. Garvey said we should study a minimum of 3 hours a day.
Yes.
Are we on our post studying 3 hours a day? We have to develop and fight the onslaught of white supremacy.
That's right. Talk about it. Yes.
God gave us Gabriel Prosser, Henry Highland Garnett, Denmark Vesey, Martin Delaney. We have to develop and be everything that they were, because white supremacy is more sinister than it was during the time of Martin Delaney and Frederick Douglass.
Right.
If we don't develop organizational unity, they will pick us off individually. Now, during that time of Malcolm, they had an operation inside NYPD called BARS.
That's right.
That was not just a police operation.
Yes.
That was a local PD operation with the FBI. And it was unknown to Malcolm. It was unknown that counterintelligence was going on in the black community at this time. And sometimes when we talk about COINTELPRO, we don't even tell young people what that means. There might be young people out here now that have no idea. Some of us that have knowledge, we put the knowledge on the shelf and act like we know it so well, we don't share it. So when we have new law enforcement that come on the job, they're so blind and dumb, when people point them in a certain direction and tell them to do a certain act, they don't have any reservation. We have to have a conscious community that's alert, that's ready to move at a moment's notice. I live in Brooklyn. Jews operate at a moment's notice, a drop of a hat.
That's right.
So we have to be the same way. One phone call to spread to all organizations, and we should stop what we're doing and be on the move.
That's right.
Lastly, I just want to say that I'm inspired by being here today. This is the best place to be at this time. You should ask Sankofa students before we leave to quote every country in Africa. Now, out of the adults, can the adults quote every country in Africa?
No.
The Sankofa youth will show you they got a song where they can go through every country in Africa.
Awesome.
And they should do it, but while we all assemble together, Sankofa, come on up here now. We don't have the time? Okay, so I'll end by saying, forward together.
Forward together.
Backward never.
Backward never.
Forward together.
Forward together.
Backward never.
Backward never.
God bless you.